Ooh. Did you see what happened yesterday with the blackout? Yeah, apparently you were supposed to post a black square for a BLM and all that. BLM, it's a movement or actually a group. I don't know. Some people say it's a terrorist organization. Completely ridiculous. Anyways, it's for Black Lives Matter and the riots, in Maryland? No, Texas? I don't know, for George Floyd. I can't breathe and all that. I think it's police brutality. In any case, I saw on Instagram that all my friends were posting the black squares, and I thought, why not? I want to show my support. Anyways, it was in between two takes of my new movie. You know, the one that I booked with my father's agent? Of course I auditioned. You're not funny. So, yeah. Showing my support and all that, like a good person. I'm a good person. I don't even sing the N-word. Yeah. Yeah, I saw there's a march planned Thursday. Of course I'm not going. I'm way too busy. Anyway, what am I supposed to actually do? And I heard they were looting stuff. That's ridiculous. They make the whole movement look bad. I saw it on CNN. Listen, what I'm saying is that if they did it peacefully, no, they would be taken a lot more seriously. Wait, what you mean that makes no sense? Well, how am I supposed to know? Nobody told me. It's not as if the information can magically appear in my brain or on my phone. That's why I'm always scared of saying the wrong thing these days. You can't say anything without getting cancelled. Yeah. After I posted the black square on my Instagram, people told me it wasn't genuine. What's that got to do with anything? Not genuine. I posted my damned black square. Leave me alone, you know what I mean? At least I'm not trying to kill minorities like my co-star, Mark Wahlberg. Yep. Sure did. Anyways, they try to cancel anyone these days. One faux pas and your career is ruined. You'll never work again. And you can't even defend yourself. That's why I have to show them I'm a good person. I always try to do the right thing. So, you can't blame me for that. Oh, by the way, talking about Mark, did you hear that he reached $3 million net worth this year? Sure did. Hey! Hey! Long time no see! Yeah! When was the last time you saw each other? Before you quit school, right? Yeah. How's your baby doing, by the way? Looking at your shape, I didn't even believe you've had it. Magnificent. Oh, by the way, did you see what Josh posted on Facebook the other day? Yeah. I had to let him know it was like so problematic. Just like, yikes. Well, yeah. He's just like, my niece wears too much makeup. Like, who is he to tell a woman what to do with her body? Am I right? Like, if his niece feels totally empowered by putting makeup on and looking hot, that's her business. So, I had to correct him, because what kind of feminist am I otherwise? And I will check my brothers if needed. I told him what he said was really misogynistic, and that he was gaslighting his niece into thinking she was ugly. Can you imagine anything worse than that? I also reposted it on my Insta story. Yeah, obviously. Everyone needs to know. Yeah, and people loved it. They all replied to me saying that I did the right thing. It was really gross of it, and that I was totally justified. You know, I'm a good guy. I hate when men objectify women. Yeah, I actually bought a "We Should All Be Feminists" t-shirt for my ex-girlfriend. Not bad, eh? Actually, are you free later? I have a drink with your name written all over.
These days, I've been hearing the kids talking a lot about the things that they're seeing online. With that unrelenting innocence of childhood that permeates all aspects of thought and speech, they speak to events they try to understand. A moment in history at which they will look back on one day with all the blurriness of childhood memories. They will either say, "What a moment of crisis we overcame," or "That's when it all started," or "That's when it all kept going." I had one student who came up to me and make a joke. 10 years old, has trouble focusing, diagnosed with ADHD, but whose parents are feigning ignorance. She said something about the year 2020 with all the lightheartedness and humor that is natural to 10 years of living, an excitement which comes with that newly developed ability to create a narrative thread meant to entertain and impress. 2020. We started with the fires in Australia, then we had a worldwide pandemic, and now BLM and crazy potato head Trump. And the punchline, in all its childlike humor, was, "What's next? The end of the world?" Ha ha ha. She laughed and walked off as I forced a smile, didn't know what to say. Suddenly nervous about a 10-year-old growing up without even understanding the notion of historical trauma, how moments in history experienced in such unprecedented collectivity inevitably, irrevocably change us. And the mere fact that her brain is infiltrated with an overflow of information, a hyper awareness of everything that is happening around us, and that sense, although it cannot be properly named at 10, of an apocalyptic world. That unconscious understanding of Walter Benjamin's angel of history, who sees a storm we call progress. The shocks of our storm are felt everywhere, when images of America are as close as the edge of our fingertips. The kids are on TikTok. Videos with the hashtag BLM flood their endless scrolling. 10-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 12-year-olds who are aware that death is everywhere, that murder is part of the state, that the earth is melting every second that we breathe. Kids who don't even know how to ask what's next for them. But when I meet a 7-year-old who talks about the sun exploding, asking what is going to happen when the earth gets too hot, when I meet a 7-year-old who is aware that we are killing our planet and killing each other, what am I to do? And there I am, with no control over the sheer amount they consume every day, before school, during school, especially after school, on their iPads and iPhones, scrolling and scrolling, addicted to the lights and the music, the good looking people telling them what to wear and what to buy, addicted to the trauma they don't understand but which is neatly packaged in an attractive 30-second clip of a strong bass line and choreographed dances, short taglines slapped on top and catchy slogans in the background. Black Lives Matter. Make America Great Again. They see it and repeat it. Why are cops killing and hurting people? They don't even need to ask the question before it is already a fact. I stand in front of them teaching how to conjugate sentences, how to conduct a science experiment. Meanwhile, there's a tornado brewing outside as the children sit all jittery, distracted, and on edge, waiting to get home for their next hit of digital stimulation within that tornado. I hear jokes about a racist Karen. Videos of 14-year-olds who talk about why people are being killed, why there's a fire outside, why Trump is the enemy. Blue flags, black flags, red flags, a white flag of my own surrender as I watch the molding of the next generation. At such a young age, they have to pick a side, remaining anonymous behind a screen, choosing what protest song fits best with their malleable minds. Political trends and mass entertainment, where is the line? What will be next? Another African American martyr sacrificed so we can all wake up, so we can all share a black box on Instagram. But what about that audience we seem to neglect when we don't have younger siblings, when we aren't around children on an everyday basis? That massive corner of the internet where all the young people gather, where they see happy videos of people dancing, and those same videos of people dancing that concern an entire epidemic of murder committed by the state. Those who have yet to establish a concrete sense of critical awareness, of self-awareness, of the violent cycles of history, but are already being injected with notions of race, politics, division, revolution, revolt, murder, surveillance, a state versus a people, black people versus white people. Overconsumption, overstimulation, one rush of dopamine after another. I'm all for garnering an awareness in our children, but who is telling them how to interpret what they see? Is there anyone out there guiding them in that digital black hole? A virtual free-for-all where activism now spreads on our personalized webs, where our children are just looking to find what feels good, but where the innocent becomes the political. What will be the cost? What is already the cost?
There's a lot of peace where I come from. It's quiet, it's green. I know everyone who lives there. We're a small village, and so people don't really talk about political issues unless it touches them directly. I'm also not really on social media. I never really know what to do with it. I have Facebook because everyone around me always had Facebook. In the summer of 2020, I was back in my village. I'm pretty sure I first saw a video about George Floyd on Facebook. Honestly, my first reaction was just like, wow, it's the same thing over and over. I don't know. I feel like we've seen these things so many times now already. And like, yeah, I get it. I get why this is so important, but I don't really know what I can do about it. To be honest, if I'm being very honest, I can't force myself to get really into a movement that doesn't touch me. I know that's going to sound so bad, but I think on some level it's pretty natural. Some of us just have a deeper or wider capacity for empathy than others. Empathy just kind of looks different for everyone. My dad's half American, but I didn't grow up in the US, and I really have no attachment to it. So even Trump's election didn't really affect me. It's true though, when it comes to social media, that it plays a big role in getting people to become aware. But for example, that black square everyone posted was so useless. And I remember thinking that so many people were just doing it because everyone was doing it. And I knew a lot of those people didn't actually care. But then I guess if everyone does one thing, that's how you create a movement. But it also got that big because big names and important celebrities were talking about it. So me, what am I gonna do? In my communications class, my prof was talking about a black kid who got murdered because the cops thought what he was holding was a gun when it was really just a bag of snacks. And it's true that that's something I'll never have to worry about. And when I think about it, it's pretty fucked up. To be a parent and have to worry every day about your kid being murdered for no reason. But me, I don't have to worry if I forget my ID or something like that. I think there's more hope than there are problems, and that's just the way I decided to see it. I don't know, it's just how my brain works. Everything we do is to make ourselves happy. Even those who want to change things are just trying to make themselves happy. And they're doing good work that's helping tons of people. But for me, it's about those around me. I see what's happening outside, but I don't know, it just is what it is.